Hello ladies and gentlemen, here is my 28th video message related to COVID-19. It's May 8, 2020, 4 p.m. First, the number of cases. Still 5 cases in the MRC Côte-de-Gaspé with a rather stable total of 172 cases for the region Gaspésie-Magdalen Islands. Of the 172 cases, there are also 8 deaths and 126 cured, thus a total of about 48 active cases throughout the Great Region. On the side of elected officials, we had a very intense week. The big issues are related to our concerns versus the opening of borders, the tourism industry, the notion of permitted or unauthorized gatherings, the issue of day camp, recreational infrastructures, etc. We need answers from the national public health and the various departments to be able to respond to citizens. This week, together with other colleagues, I had the opportunity to meet virtually 3 ministers to bring the voice of the people here and to feed their thoughts so that they make decisions that meet the expectations of the regions. First, the Minister of Municipal Affairs, Andrée Laforest, earlier this week. Yesterday, the Minister responsible for our region, Mayor of Proulx. And finally, today, this afternoon, the Minister of Tourism, Caroline Proulx. I also continue to work closely with my fellow prefects of the region, with several mayors of Lower St. Lawrence at the North Shore, and with other mayors from across Quebec, as well in the Union of Municipalities of Quebec. We coordinate, we share our best practices, we ally, and we work together, even if no one has a magic recipe, or even if at the municipal level we have very little means and power over what's going on. Again, in times of pandemic, it's the Quebec public health that has the last word. We must absolutely align ourselves with them. What I understand now about citizens is that the most ambiguous concept right now is gatherings. So public health confirms that the 2-meter standard is independent of the gathering standard. So even more than 2 meters between each person, we cannot have gatherings. A gathering is the fact that 2 or more people are together in one place. It excludes people who live in the same house. It also excludes people who, for example, line up to get into the grocery store, or people who take a walk in the open air. But 2 or 3 people who do not live in the same house and who are at the skate park, by example, it's forbidden, even if they are 2 meters from each other. A meeting at the town council in physical presence is also forbidden. A fitness class is forbidden. A barbecue at a friend's house is forbidden. It's full of nuances. But I think you understand the principle of the public health. If you have a doubt, I strongly suggest you to do not hold the activity. That is what is happening now, and we know that public health is reviewing all of this in this deconfinement process to be followed. Among what could be a gathering are some other relevant alignments that we have received from the public health. So you should know now that community gardens are allowed with a specific protocol. Even if it's a potential form of gathering, it's aimed at food, which is essential, so it's allowed, while following all the other rules of the public health, the 2 meters or a mask, hand washing, etc. Our MRC team is currently working to put this in place with the organization that manage community gardens. In the same vein, public markets will be permitted this year. Again, we are in the food sector, which is considered as essential. And then again, it will be the 2-meter rule that will be the norm as in the grocery stores. It's the same thing. Moreover, with the public market, it's consistent with the government's focus on local food and the local economy. However, we learned this week that garage sales would be considered non-essential gatherings, and therefore garage sales are not permitted by public health on this spring. All of this is changing over time, so what I'm telling you today is valid for the time being, but may change over time in the government's confinement plan, so we follow the instructions of the public health. And I repeat, it's not me who publishes, who invent, who decide of the rules. I only apply them, I talk about them, and I share them with you. Finally, I reiterate my call for cautious and respect for the basic guidelines of the public health in the face of the COVID-19. So wash your hand, no hand in the face, coughing in your elbow, distance of 2 meters, no gathering, attention to our elders also, please. It's important, especially at a time when the process of deconfining has begun. Also, I invite you to prioritize local buying, among other things at our restaurateurs, in our restaurants who offer delivery or takeout. It's important to encourage them. Once again, I say big thank you to our volunteers and all the essential service workers. Thank you for following the instructions. It's important. Every action counts. It's going to be fine. Thank you.